How's guys, what's going on? So today we are unboxing and reviewing Toshiba's 75M450RP, a 75-inch QLED 4K smart TV. And here's the interesting part. Toshiba's disappeared from South African shelves for a while. And they're back, and they're being brought back with Hisense's local manufacturing muscle and support network standing behind them. And that's a big deal because it means it isn't some grey import brand that there's no one to call if anything breaks. It's actual local service structure. Now, let's find out if this TV really stands up for itself. So, unboxing the device, Toshiba ships it with a very simple box. If you open the top, you have the feet, and then what you can do is then you can slide the rest of the box off this. You have your padding, you have the device. In there, you have your remote, and then you have things like your warranty and all those things, right? The device, what you would find is there's no unnecessary accessories in this. It's everything that you need for this TV, and most of the value has been put into the panel. Now, let's run through what you're actually getting on the spec sheet. Now, in terms of the display, right? This is a QLED panel, so that's quantum dot technology, running true 4K HD resolution 3840 by 2160. Toshiba's calling it its billion shades of color, and it's paired with the Rexar Engine ZR processor, which is the same picture engine lineage from Toshiba's Japanese TV heritage. Resolution, like how we said, 4K Ultra HD 3840 to 160 pixels. Now, in terms of the brightness, Toshiba hasn't officially published any nit figures for this model. So instead of guessing, you can take a look for yourself the true clarity of this device. Now, in terms of dynamic contrast, this uses a direct LED backlighting with direct full array local dimming. That means the backlight is zoned behind the panel rather than lit from the edges, which is what's giving us these deep blacks next to the bright highlights on the scene. In terms of the refresh rate, the TV is a 60 Hz refresh rate panel, so not a 120 gaming panel. And if you're a console gamer, that's something for you very much to keep in mind. In terms of the dimensions, this is 1676 wide by 1022 millimeters by 337 millimeters. If you take down the feet, it actually slims down to about 79 millimeters in terms of its thickness. Now, in terms of ports, what you get here is 3 HDMI ports, HDMI 2.0, 2 USB ports 2.0, and the usual aerial connections. The 3 HDMIs is enough if you're connecting a soundbar, a decoder, and a console. But if you're someone who runs 4 or 5 devices, then you'll need something like a switcher. In terms of the wireless connectivity, this comes with Bluetooth 5.0 for pairing headphones or your soundbar wirelessly, and dual bandwidth Wi-Fi for streaming. So you're not stuck on the slower 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth if your router supports 5 gigahertz. Now, in terms of the smart platform, here, there's something you need to know upfront. This isn't an Android TV or a Google TV. Toshiba's running their own platform called Vida, right? Specifically, it's running Vida 8.5. And this is the same operating system that the Hisense range ships with. Now, in terms of the operating or the processor that's built in, we don't know exact specs, but in terms of performance, this has lived up to its name. And even with the Vida application, right, as much as it's not as open-ended as a Google App Store, it has things like Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, SABC+, Showmax, DSTV Now. So all of those things are very clearly included. Same thing applies with the certifications, right? So there's no official Google certification and stuff like that, but again, it supports all of those devices. In terms of the bonus features, here you get built-in voice control on the remote, a LLM for automatic low latency switching when you plug in a console, a dedicated game mode as well, Toshiba's Game Dock overlay, which gives you in-picture UHD or HUD, sorry, FPS, lag information while you're gaming. Now, setting up this TV was fairly straightforward. All you needed to do was plug in the TV, you set up your Vida app, it walks you through Wi-Fi and the sign in on first boot. It took me about 5 or so minutes and you already got going, right? What's interesting is with the Vida application, you get access to Vida TV or TV channels, right? And that allows you to stream TV channels without having to install any external applications and all of those things. And I think that's very, very cool. Now, let's talk about the remote, right? The remote is fairly simple, straightforward. And what you get here, you get the numbers, you get voice control, you get a center control panel as well. It's a plastic remote, nice brushed plastic feel. There's an IR reader at the top, and then you got your channel up and down, volume up and down. It's quite a big remote compared to, what we usually use to. Now, in terms of this, the special buttons that we have on the remote, we have Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, SABC Plus, which I think is very, very cool. There's a VOD app, Showmax, Disney Plus, the TV channels, and Vida Kids. So some of the shortcuts that are built in here are also very, very awesome. With the picture settings, right? Picture setting wise, Vida gives you the usual presets in terms of standard, vivid, movie, game, sport, and filmmaker styles, as well as a manual control over backlighting, contrast, color temperature with the local dimming zone. So if you want to fine tune it yourself. The picture quality is absolutely amazing on this device. Now let's go make some popcorn and let's talk about who this device is for. So while we wait for the popcorn to pop, who is this Toshiba device actually for? It's not a TV for the home theater purists chasing OLED level blacks or 120 Hz panel for competitive gaming. What this is a genuinely large, genuinely 4K OLED quality screen for family living rooms, main lounge upgrades, and anyone who wants a big screen movie and sports experience without spending flagship money. If you're upgrading from an aging full HD or budget 4K set and you want to jump in size and color without going near 15 or 20,000 Rand, this is squarely aimed at you. Now, let's talk about price, because that's where it gets interesting. The 75-inch model, which we are currently reviewing, sits at between 10,000 and 10,500 Rand, right? And even if we bought, they've brought smaller devices, and even the 65-inch is about 8,000, the 55 is about 5,800 Rand, right? So there are different devices in the high-end range as well as in the lower spec devices. It's available from places like Takealot and many others, and they're all linked in the description below, so you can go ahead, check that out. Let me finish up with my popcorn and let's get to watching a movie. Now, let's break down where this TV wins and where it doesn't. Now, in terms of the pros, one of the first is the fact that the price to screen size ratio here is genuinely one of the best in the South African market right now. Number two, Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos support at this price is not something you'll find everywhere. Number three is the full array local dimming. It gives you noticeably better contrast than an edge lit panel at this budget. Four, you've got a real local support and service network behind the brand through Hisense instead of buying into an orphaned brand. And number five is the gaming extras, ALLM, gaming deck, and it's a nice surprise for a budget focused set. In terms of the cons, 60 Hz only. So if you're a console gamer chasing 120 Hz for the smoothest possible motion, this isn't the TV for that. Number two is only 3 HDMI ports and HDMI 2.0 instead of 2.1. So HDMI 2.1, so no 4K 120 pass-through, even if future consoles support it. Number three is the Vida app and the App Store. While it is solid for big names, the deep Google integration isn't really there. But all in all, I think this is an excellent device for us to be utilizing. And in terms of if we had to compare this to another device, for context, at a similar 65-inch price point, you're often choosing between this, a similarly priced Hisense QLED, or a TCL. Now, between those devices, what Toshiba is bringing is the fact that those don't always have Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos combo at this price, and the rigs are picture engine pedigree as well. Now, look, here's my honest take. Toshiba coming back into South Africa, backed by Hisense, is a smart timing idea. People want big screens, people want price sensitive, and right now, this hits both of those without making you feel like you've compromised on picture quality. It's not going to replace a flagship OLED for a true enthusiast, but that was never the brief. For the price, for the size, and for the fact that you now have proper network support behind the badge again, this earns a genuine recommendation from me for anyone shopping in this price bracket. So yeah, a huge shout out to Toshiba South Africa for giving me the opportunity to let you guys know about them coming back into the market and to review one of their devices. That brings us to the end, guys. If you enjoyed this video, you can let me know by giving a like rating in the video. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss on any of our future videos. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. My name is Prashant, and I will catch you in the next video.